Pasta, everybody. What's up? Back to give you another hot one again. Before I talk about something, you might like it, you might not, but that's why you watch the video anyway. Today's topic is going to be on Rick Santorum. Now, in the past, I said he's not going to win the presidential election, and I was right. If I gave you the reasons, I might link the video up, but I had to say, Rick Santorum, he's an alright guy. After an article I read that he wrote, he's an alright guy. Now, I agree with he had an article. Let me back up. He had an article in the USA Today news. The opinion section is for the November 19th of this year, 2012. He wrote an article in the opinion piece saying the Republicans lost the election, which it wasn't more the Democrats winning it as more as the Republicans found a way to lose it. You know what I mean? Because with everything that's going wrong, the economy and yada yada, this, that, and the third, Obama by rights should have lost. He should have. Honestly, if everybody looks at themselves, no matter, he should have lost. Now, in his opinion piece, he states that Americans voted for Obama before his policies, which a lot of them did. They voted for the fact that he cares for them. And the point that he made was good and which is true, Obama's campaign didn't show how much they cared as much as they showed Romney didn't care about you. This is in different polls and, facts and figures. Look it up yourself. If you're on the internet, you can do the research too. Nobody's going to kill you to do it. But despite all the negative circumstances, I think that's what held it over. Like Obama telling everybody he's not one of us, he won't do for you. That in effect of Mitt Romney, man. Before the election, how you gonna say 47% comment that he made? I think that kind of just threw. That was just like the icing on the cake. But Mitt Romney didn't do himself any favors. But as I was saying, all the negative circumstances. It's rare that a sitting president gets a chance to have another re-election. Let alone Obama, considering his, who he is and what he is to a lot of American people. Now, in fact, like I said, with the 47%, Obama's campaign could literally sit back and say, look, we told you. He was going to say that. So Romney it wasn't like the Republicans. How can I say? It wasn't like the Democrats won definitively. It's more or less the Republicans lost. It's like if you're familiar with the football. Say you got your favorite NFL team, and say they're winning. Say they're ahead by maybe 3, and say it's down. They just scored a touchdown. I mean, not a touchdown, so they're ahead by 3. No, I'll say they're ahead by 4. Make it even more. The other team has to score a touchdown. So they kick the ball, the other team gets it, and they're at their own 20-yard line. They down in the end zone at their own 20. Now you're thinking, with under 2 minutes to go, there's no way they're going to score. Your defense is saying, they ain't going to score. We'll just play back. But at the end of the game, they lose by 4 because somewhere, somehow, the defense let them score a touchdown. And if you look, it was a mistake communication-wise. And that's how I feel the Republicans lost, because it was the fact that the Republicans were ahead. The Republicans, honest to goodness, I thought Mitt Romney was going to win. Now, who I voted for is a different story, but I thought Mitt Romney was on my heart of hearts. I'm not going to lie to you. I honestly thought, and I was telling people, I thought Mitt Romney was going to win, considering the fact. But he didn't. So that leads to believe me, the Republicans need to change of pace or change their face. Now, Santorum goes on to say, that this country is waiting to see which party will offer solutions that will work. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, neither party's offering solutions. Right now they're just banging heads. Right now they're butting heads, as you would say. The Democratic Party is really doing something. A lot of people just voted, especially a lot of us black folks. We voted for Democratic Party because we've been accustomed to vote for the Democratic Party. But at the end of the day, the Democratic Party is just about as bad as the Republican Party because they ain't doing nada. They ain't doing Nathan. But at the end of the day, they're trying to see, well, what party is going to work for the average Joe, like me, you, all the average schmucks out there who do the 9 to 5, break your back, go to a job you may complain about, you may not like, this and the third. But they want to really Santorum was talking about bringing the middle class back to the glory days of America, which me personally, I think that's never going to happen as long as you got these businesses shuffling jobs off out overseas, these third world ass countries working them for nothing. But I digress. Now, I think Santorum has room to talk. He's from the area where I grew up in. Like I said, I was born in Brooklyn, grew up in the Pittsburgh area, and then I'm out here in Ohio. Lovely weather, lovely place. Yeah. Anyway, Santorum came from the southwestern Pennsylvania area, like Pittsburgh area. And his grandfather, I guess, was a coal miner in Somerset. I know where Somerset is. I know how that whole area, like the area I grew up was like the next county over. That whole area, if you look at it, the whole area is depressed. I mean, depressed. I mean, not only mentally depressed. I'm talking about it's like technically what they call depressed area. Like we got high crime, education ain't the greatest. I mean, I'm not saying they're all a bunch of yahoos and all a bunch of bad things, but at the end of the day, my county per capita in the state of Pennsylvania, from like this is when I was living there, was top 5. Now, mind you, top 5 per capita. I mean, of course, you got Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, but we were top 5 per capita as far as like all the bad things you could think about that happens, like all the crime statistics. We were like top 5 per capita, and I'm like, that's how it is there. There's no jobs. So people make excuses because they don't want to work at a minimum wage job. I'm going to say this again. They make excuses. You ain't forced to. They do what they have to do, as they say. Not that you don't have to do. You can do other things, but that's the cop-out they use. End of the day, job losses were massive. There was no guilt trip, though. I mean, nobody felt guilty. Nobody felt sorry for us. Like when the steel mills were closing, government didn't come and jump in to help bail us out. We had to bail ourselves out. So at the end of the day, the Pittsburgh area had to evolve and adapt. Like we went from the heavy manufacturing, now I guess we're a heavy service area. I don't know, I went back there like 10 years, whatnot. But the fact remains, like housing prices have been stable. Like the Pittsburgh area is one of the most stabilized housing markets in the country. This is, like I said, look this up if you don't believe me. This is like facts. Now, at the end of the day, what a lot of us did, like I said, I've been laid off before. What you do, you can't go on moping, whining, and crying about it. What you got to do is, at the end of the day, is roll your sleeves up, get in the game, put your big girl, big boy pants on. Because, look, crying about it is not going to stop. The world ain't going to stop because you feel bad. The world ain't going to stop because you crying because you lost a job. You can do one or two things. Either you can cry about it, you can get moving, or you do what some people do, put a rope around your neck or put a gun in your head, and it is what it is. You just have to adapt. You have to adapt to your surroundings. And I feel Santorum, I see was right. But the decline of the American lifestyle makes you, people did the things they had to do. They wanted to do. I'll say that. But at the end of the day, I agree with Santorum. A lot of these people need to get back to the middle class, hardworking American morals that we had back in the day when manufacturing was king and when this country was on top. The only way we're going to get back, and like I said, and let me tell you guys something. Small businesses, when they talk about small business owners, the Republicans had you guys slicked on that one. I will give them that. When they talk about small, they don't mean the mom and pop grocery store, or they don't mean the downtown shop, or they don't mean the little trinket store, or the pawn shop, or the little record store, or the little bakery. They don't mean that. When they mean a small business, they mean people that have at least 200 employees. That's a small business. What you're talking about is not the Republicans and the government in general is not looking at what she's saying. Well, it'll hurt small business. They don't mean small business like mom and pop stores. Mom and pop stores are having most of the time they're hiring their family or who they know. And they ain't paying us to begin with. So at the end of the day, I kind of agree with Santorum. The Republicans get along, get in line with that dude. Get rid of the nuts of the Tea Party. They should be on. They should win the next election. Because let me put it like this. I'm going to talk about this probably in another video. Bobby Jindal and Marco Rubio is not cutting it for the Republican Party. If that's who you're throwing out there, or the lady from the governor from South Carolina, who she's part Indian too. I mean Indian. I don't mean Native American. She's like real, I guess, real deal Indian or Pakistani. Let me put those three that you guys are pushing out there. They're not cutting it. You know why down south? If Obama had a bitch of a time down south, what do you think these people? They're definitely gonna call you guys terrorists. They're gonna call the Gendro and they're gonna call the lady of South Carolina. They're gonna call her a terrorist. They're gonna call Rubio a commie from Cuba. So I'm just saying, you just gotta live and learn, I guess. I'm out of here. Peace.